Then he was like, yo, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we could just hang out. And he was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping? Shit, I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, what this just say?
You won't believe the tea I'm about to spill. 50 Cent and Netflix are teaming up to expose all of Diddy's crimes and lies, and it's about to get messy. These two rap moguls have been feuding for years, but now 50 is taking it to a whole new level by partnering with a streaming giant to air out all of Diddy's dirty laundry. The streets are saying this is going to be the biggest celebrity expose of the year. 50 Cent is promising to reveal shocking details about Diddy's shady past that will have everyone's jaws on the floor. And with Netflix backing him up, you know it's going to be a wild ride from start to finish.
Days after a damning surveillance video showed Diddy abusing his ex, a documentary is closer to becoming a reality.
Now let's bring in TMC's Michael Babcock. Good morning to you, Michael.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So tell us what's going on with this. We understand rapper 50 Cent has been shopping this around.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio, and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming, organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
So many people may not know. I mean, the two of them have had beef for decades. 50 Cent has kept his foot on Diddy's neck for decades.
Absolutely. Like they once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And yeah, 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down. Diddy really, is not in a position right now to fire back at 50 Cent. So yeah, he's taken a lot of abuse, and I don't know that anyone feels sorry for P. Diddy right now, to be honest.
No, I don't think so either, and it's certainly not going to end anytime soon.
So grab your popcorn and get ready for some serious drama. You know it's about to be a showdown for the ages. The truth will finally come to light, and it ain't going to be pretty.
Orlando Brown said Diddy's not going to jail. He said,
I can understand why he would say that.
Yeah. Can you break that down a little bit more? Why you think he said
Well,
that?
considering that the is selling his own god evidence that would put him in jail against him on the dark net to the highest bidder. Why would he sell evidence of his debauchery and savagery? Why would he sell on the dark net his tapes of all the just terrible? Wanna know why? Because he doesn't intend to stand trial.
Is he protecting people, or are people protecting him?
Oh no, he's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he just sold that footage.
How come you think it doesn't get leaked to the public?
The dark net?
Yeah, like...
Because of the dark coin. Most people don't even know that the dark coin exists. But that's how they're trading for all of the flesh they sell. Which is why I became so outraged last year when the twins turned 16 and he had them dressed like prostitutes, and then he auctioned them off as NFTs because the NFT that he sold them to was attached to that dark fucking coin. It was like a promissory note to sell his daughters to the highest bidder.
you see movies like Hostel. Do places like that really exist?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do the things that go on in places like that exist?
Absolutely.
Shit. It's funny because
there are 3 women I know right now in my life. They've been in my life for 6 years. I've been caring for them for 3 years.
Now listen up, y'all, because the history between 50 Cent and Diddy is a wild one. These 2 rap heavyweights have been going at it for years, throwing shade and stirring up drama left and right. It all started way back in the day when 50 signed with Shady/Aftermath instead of Diddy's Bad Boy label. That decision set off a chain reaction of beef that's been simmering ever since.
I got them off of Epstein Island. I cannot say where they are in the world. What I can say is when they got into the boat, they were roughed.
Wow.
Want to know how they ended up on Epstein Island?
Yes. Please.
They auditioned to be models for music videos.
Oh, casting couch.
When they got to Miami, they had to show and turn over their ID. And they collected their passports. And then they drugged them. And then the next thing you know, they were in a storage container getting fucked by a bunch of weird strangers on camera who were bidding for all of the terrible things that were happening to them live online.
Wow.
After they made it through that, that's when they were sent to Rick Ross's music videos, shoots, as groupies and extras to make sure that they could walk around in society without looking like victims. And then after that, that's when they were shipped off to Epstein Island to be broken in and to be readied for Dubai and Moscow. When they got into the boat, and I looked at them, they didn't have to tell me shit. And neither one of them, none of them, they didn't speak for weeks. But when you spend time with strangers and they finally feel safe enough to go to sleep and then they start talking in their sleep and you hear the shit that they yell.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because as you sit here and we talk about Hostile and
These 3 girls that I'm telling you about were in videos that are being played online today. And they appeared in those videos after they had already been sodomized, systematically beaten, starved. But they were smiling in those videos, though.
Over the years, their rivalry has only gotten more intense. From diss tracks to public feuds, 50 and Diddy have been trading barbs and taking shots at each other nonstop. 50 even once claimed that Diddy was responsible for Tupac's death, a bombshell accusation that had the whole industry buzzing. But it's not just petty insults and gossip fueling this fire. There have been some serious incidents that have taken their beef to the next level, like when 50 bought out the front row seats at one of Diddy's shows just to leave them empty, or when Diddy allegedly punched 50 at a nightclub in Miami. These 2 just can't seem to play nice, no matter how much time passes.
Yeah, it's crazy because, you sit here and, we got your story before where you actually said you seen what a saw does to human flesh, like having a saw. I mean, we got Terrence Gangsta in the building too as well, and he literally said he's seen the same thing, he's seen a saw, what it does to human flesh. And I'm like, I don't know what it does to a person's mind or psyche when they see that in person.
It changes you.
Like,
it changes you. There is a place inside of me where I have the ability to either see a human body as a human being or just pieces.
Now, Jack, you said Justin Bieber, and I have to ask you because there's a picture circulating online where they show
He's
Justin.
the new Tevin Campbell.
Yeah, they show him crying.
He's the new Tevin Campbell.
You're almost giving him a gateway to speak his truth of what happened.
I wish Tevin Campbell would speak to him or for him. Because the same thing that they did to him, they're doing to Bieber right now. And I have evidence. That poor kid. And all because he got discovered by Usher. And then Usher took him right over there to the diddler. And let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll. So let me ask you this, because you did the domino effect with Rook, and you said something in which you mentioned that you've seen the devil. You've seen him.
Yeah.
From your experiences, have you seen him enact his ways within a human being where you've seen the devil in a person come out?
Absolutely. And I've seen him in real time.
What?
When you're being raped, if you're brave enough to look into your rapist's eyes, I promise you'll see nothing. Nothing. There is no human there. It's almost like they're in a trance. You can talk to rapists and they'll tell you.
So, why is 50 teaming up with Netflix now to put Diddy on blast? Well, rumor has it that he's been sitting on some explosive information for a while, just waiting for the right moment to strike. And with Netflix's massive platform and reach, 50 knows he can make a huge impact by exposing Diddy's alleged crimes to the world. Plus, let's be real, 50 loves nothing more than a good publicity stunt. By partnering with Netflix, he's not only getting the chance to take down his rival, but he's also getting a ton of attention and buzz in the process. It's a win-win situation for the G-Unit boss, and he's ready to go all in.
Even in that moment, there is a space where they lost their self. They don't even remember. It's possession of the flesh. To watch a person give up utter control of themselves and allow that energy to come in. I stared at a man raping me, choking me, and I saw nothing. And that's when I knew this isn't a person anymore. Which is why the idea of picking that knife up and slitting his fucking throat didn't bother me at all. That wasn't a person anymore. There wasn't a person in there. You want to know what's really fucked up?
Sure.
Can you imagine if every artist that's ever been goddamn violated decided to settle their own score? How many dead bodies would we be cleaning up?
So that takes me to when you speak on Aaliyah. People really was honed in when you spoke on Dame Dash, Aaliyah, and you're speaking on something where you're saying, I wish that situation would be investigated further.
No, to be investigated. Period.
Period.
It was never investigated. Hype was never questioned. Lenny Kravitz made a statement, and it was never publicized. She was unconscious. She didn't choose to get on that plane. There were phone calls made. There are witnesses who signed NDAs. Why would you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement?
But what exactly is 50 planning to reveal about Diddy? What kind of dirt does he have on the bad boy mogul? The streets are talking, but no one knows for sure what bombshells are about to be dropped. All we can say is, buckle up and get ready for some serious fireworks. Because when 50 Cent comes for you, he doesn't hold back. And with Netflix in his corner, Diddy better watch his back because the truth is about to come out. And it might just be his downfall.
About a plane crash and what happened leading up to it. Please, someone answer that.
Do you feel like
Why the fuck would you need to sign? A nigga don't ask about a plane crash if it was accidental.
Do you feel like...
Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Work with me here in this moment.
And I'm going to ask you.
A plane crash should be accidental.
Should be.
Why would any testimony about what happened leading up to it need to be covered under a non-disclosure agreement if there wasn't foul play?
Now, mind you, September 11th happened a week later. 9/11 happened a week later. Do you think that took away from it?
Once again, there are people who did short sales on their stocks right after that, made a lot of fucking money, including Sean Carter. Now I'm going to ask you, why would non-disclosure agreements need to be signed for an accident?
Hey.
There were over 25 non-disclosure agreements cashed out and recorded regarding the death of that beautiful girl and every other human being that died on that plane with her. What the fuck? Would you need a nigga don't ask for that? And Diddy had Hype Williams a lot of balls. Belly was a money pit.
Without question.
And Jay-Z got 10 free videos out of Williams. And Hype didn't work for free.
But what exactly is 50 planning to reveal about Diddy? What kind of dirt does he have on the bad boy mogul? The streets are talking, but no one knows for sure what bombshells are about to be dropped. All we can say is buckle up and get ready for some serious fireworks, because when 50 Cent comes for you, he doesn't hold back. And with Netflix in his corner, Diddy better watch his back because the truth is about to come out. and it might just be his downfall.
Right. Say my name. Say that. I come out like Candyman, boy.
Yeah.
Jaguar Wright ain't just some random name in the music biz. She's been around the block a few times, and let me tell you, she's got pipes for days. This Philly-born singer has been blessing our ears since the late 90s, working with some of the biggest names in neo-soul and hip-hop. You might be thinking, okay, so she can sing, but why is she mixed up in all this mess with Diddy? Well, honey, Jaguar's not just about the music. She's known for speaking her mind, and sometimes that rubs people the wrong way. The streets are saying she's got dirt on everybody, and she ain't afraid to spill it.
3 times I'm gonna pop out.
You know, I'm a troll.
You're right, he's trolling with the trolls.
And they all say that I'm the one that's the head of the troll farm because I'm a better troll than they are. But see, they get mad at me because I don't troll like everybody else troll. I show up as me. And I troll as me. I want everybody to know that I'm in here. Chat up.
Wait, so are there how many fake Jaguar Wrights, Jaganators? How many?
By the end of 2022, there were 65 fake Jaguars. The last time I checked, after I got home from jail and I started posting again, it was 150 fake Jags. I've literally been backstage on StreamYards at other content creators, and because I didn't cam up, they wouldn't let me up because there were 3 or 4 other fake Jags back there with me, and they didn't know which one was me.
Right. And mind you,
imagine that you look backstage, your StreamYard, and there's 5 Jaguar Wrights.
It's crazy. I know your voice so well now.
Where were those mother when I was moving, G?
Right, yeah, right.
Yo, I could have been moved in 20 minutes. I could have got the...
Back in the day, Jaguar was rolling with the Roots crew. Yeah, those Roots. She was part of that whole Philly soul scene, collaborating with artists like Bilal and Jill Scott. But don't get it twisted, she wasn't just some backup singer. Jaguar's got her own albums, and she's been featured on tracks with Jay-Z and Al Green. That's right, we're talking legend status. But here's where things get interesting. In recent years, Jaguar's been making waves for more than just her music. She's been out here dropping bombs about industry secrets like it's her job. And let me tell you, she's not holding back.
Fake Jags to come and do something other than troll.
Yeah, someone tried to come up on somebody's stream and try to be the fake Jag, and the first thing they did was like, they said, oh, no, Jaguar don't start off cussing like that. She starts off sweet. She starts off sweet.
That's how much they study me.
That's crazy.
They be copying everything. Wait a minute, but when I hear those excited utterances of when they jocking the shit, and you know you a Diddy do-wah-bah.
So they take the lingo, they take the slang.
Yo, they run with everything, and then they want to make themselves special. There's something interesting about the mindset of a professional troll. Because you're pretending to not be yourself, but you're boisterous in your fake self, but you're very adamant that no one's ever gonna find out who you are, no one's ever gonna see you, so I'm gonna keep playing in your faces. You know what I mean? That takes a lot of time and a lot of work. And just the simple fact that the record for live, a negative live on me, 19 hours.
Oh, wow. A whole day?
19 hours. It was a 19-hour live. 19 hours and like 5 or 6 minutes and some odd seconds.
No bathroom breaks.
19 hours.
My God.
They kept that stream going.
You're not going to believe the kind of dirt 50 Cent is about to uncover on Diddy. We're talking some serious allegations that could land him in hot water. Word on the street is that 50's got receipts on Diddy's involvement in drug trafficking, money laundering, and even a murder cover-up. Yeah, you heard that right. This ain't no petty beef anymore. It's getting real. Apparently, 50's been collecting evidence for years, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike. He's got witnesses ready to spill the tea on Diddy's criminal activities and some damning documents that could seal his fate. If even half of what 50's claiming is true, Diddy could be facing some serious legal consequences. It's not just the law that Diddy needs to worry about. These allegations could do some major damage to his reputation and his empire. I mean, can you imagine the fallout if one of hip-hop's biggest moguls is exposed as a criminal mastermind?
Robertson has had a channel called Woo Child the Ghetto where she's literally has a video. It's still posted now. It's been running for almost 9 weeks of nothing but clips of me from all of my channels that were terminated that had evidence of malice and gang stalking. You know what I mean? Like, literally 24 hours a day. She has this thing. It's been running for almost 9 weeks.
So, Jack, can I ask
Like, she was literally begging her subscribers to Cash App her to pay to keep the page going because no one's there and it's not making any money and it's 24 hours.
Shit, that's good.
Who has a 24-hour negative campaign running on a social media engine? 24 hours a day. They work in shifts. I got screenshots where they refer to each other as coworkers.
Wow. So
competing content creators.
On the other side of things, can you understand probably, for your average troller who lives, let's say, in their mama's basement in Idaho, getting
with peanut butter and asking their dog to do strange things?
All that. And they're getting...
Hi, Adrian.
And they're getting a reaction out of talking about you, don't you? There's probably a high in that, like, ooh, I'm getting noticed.
The dopamine.
Yeah.
It's weird when you see some of them literally think that they have a right to your name.
Man.
Like, they literally fight over who deserves to stream Jag content.
Damn.
That's why they hate real life so much. Like, especially Michael Braggs. Michael Braggs is very upset because he's been waiting for his 1 million view video. He finally crossed 25,000 subscribers, finally. 12 years. Amazing. Look at what you've done. Amazing. 2 more years, you might make it to 100.
Is he one that was once a partner of yours?
Yeah, he was the one that was running around calling himself my best friend. He was actually about to get T-shirts made up while I was in jail that said, "I'm Jaguar Wright's best friend."
Oh, okay. And it went left.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he started stealing too much.
It would be a scandal of epic proportions, and Diddy's name would be dragged through the mud. Now I know what you're thinking. Is 50 just blowing smoke, or does he really have the goods on Diddy? Well, he's already started releasing some snippets of the evidence, and let me tell you, it's looking pretty convincing. We're talking leaked phone conversations, shady bank records, and even some surveillance footage that seems to place Diddy at the scene of a crime. Of course, Diddy's camp is denying everything and calling it a baseless smear campaign.
I don't mind if you get a taste, but not the whole damn smorgasbord. Boy. You're running your quota. You got Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Trendo, Spendo, Bingo, Bean. Like, you got currency. And he says, it sounds like he's at an auction. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hit the like. Here we go. Come on, we got Cash App, we got the Venmo, we got
Jeez,
I'll take 2. Shut the up. Like, Burger King. I'm talking about Burger King,
It's crazy because I didn't know what doxing meant.
Oh, yeah.
Until Jaguar Wright entered our world.
Yeah.
I had to this is a thing. And mind you, I knew what the action was, but to see it happen so prevalent, I'm like, wow, it's
a weapon.
It's a weapon.
It's a weapon.
I could see a troller feeling like you're...
Like the way I doxed Wallow, that was genius.
Hey, you got him.
I did it bingo style.
You got him.
Guess which numbers make Wallow's phone number? 2? That's the first one. Who's got another number? 6, yeah, come on.
They're painting 50 as a bitter rival who's just trying to take Diddy down out of jealousy. But with the amount of dirt 50's promising to uncover, it's going to be hard for Diddy to just brush this off as a petty feud. The stakes are high, and the hip-hop world is watching to see how this all plays out. Will Diddy's empire crumble under the weight of these allegations, or will he find a way to come out on top? One thing's for sure, 50 Cent is ready to go to war, and he's got Netflix in his corner to make sure the whole world is watching.
That's another number.
That is genius, though. To where all you say at the end is bingo. You say at the end is bingo. You got it.
Yeah.
That is genius.
Oh, it's fabulous.
So do you
So, UNT Mogul.
like?
What?
So you have.
Praying for that store that day. I bet he was there before closing too, because I did it right before the closing time to make sure he had to run to the store to change his phone number.
Yeah, shout out.
Sorry.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to
Yeah, shout out. All,
new phone numbers.
All of those
Shout out to new phone
all the
numbers.
Philly cats. All the Philly cats. With that being said, how many times would you say you were doxxed?
I've been doxxed about 10 times.
Man.
Yeah. That's why I keep so many phones, and that's why I keep so many burner phones.
Yeah.
Because there's only certain phones that I'll allow certain calls on. I got a different text now for this. I got a phone in a different time zone. You know what I mean? I got to do a little bit more. So now when they dox numbers, I just take it and recycle it and pull up the next number. Like I was doing the same thing with my YouTube channels. I knew they were going to keep taking my channels down, and every time they would take down one, I would put up 3.
Get ahead of the curve. Get ahead of the curve.
They take down 3, I put up 5. It got to the point where they were like, "It's a she turn. Why do she keep coming back?"
Why? Like a roach, you can't kill it. You just keep surviving.
Because why not? Because who the f- are you to dictate who gets on this app and who doesn't? Why are there different rules for me than other CCs? Why can't I go in and strike for my YouTube videos, but anybody else can? Why are my videos unstrikable?
But how exactly did Netflix get involved in this mess? And what kind of explosive revelations can we expect from their upcoming expose? The suspense is killing me, but I'll be tuning in to find out. Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started. Stepping into the ring with this 50 Cent and Diddy drama is about to be a scandal of epic proportions. Netflix loves to stir the pot with their docuseries, and they're not afraid to tackle the most controversial topics out there. From R. Kelly to Jeffrey Epstein, Netflix has been exposing all the dirty laundry of the rich and famous. So, how do they get mixed up in this rap beef?
If you work within a certain sector, why are there now more law enforcement agencies popping through all of the, troll farms chats on a regular basis, waiting for me to show up so they can lightweight interrogate me? Hi, Electro G. Hi, Mike. Officer Mike.
Well, you are kind of like the truth incarnate, like the walking truth. It seems. I don't think you're supposed to be so freely walking around.
No, I'm supposed to be miserable. I'm supposed to be afraid. I'm supposed to be paranoid. I'm supposed to be in panic. I'm supposed to be destitute. I'm supposed to be the picture of this is what you do not want your life to look like. And the reason why they want me to look like that is because they want to say, this is what happens to you when you tell the truth. Your life falls apart. You'll have no friends. You tell the truth if you want to. Everyone will run from you. I'm not supposed to be in love. Odell's not supposed to have stuck around. He was supposed to leave me in jail like they paid my second husband to do.
Man.
I'm glad you took a little tour through troll hell. Because what you experienced in 2 days is what I've been going through for almost 4 years, nonstop. Even when I was gone, there were people impersonating me to keep it going. Like they still got fake Jags in the chat so that they can pretend they're arguing with me for content.
Wow. I'm going to argue with the fake one to say what's the real one.
So I come and show up and then they say, oh, that's the fake Jag. Get rid of the fake Jag and it's me. So they can keep arguing with the fake one.
Wow.
I want to ask you a question. Does that sound like the...
Well, apparently 50 Cent brought the project to them, and they couldn't resist the juicy details. With all the evidence 50's been collecting, Netflix saw an opportunity to create an explosive expose that would have everyone talking. And let me tell you, this ain't going to be no ordinary documentary. Netflix is pulling out all the stops to make sure this is a must-watch event. They're promising never-before-seen footage, exclusive interviews with key players, and a deep dive into the criminal underworld that Diddy allegedly runs.
The actions of a sane person to invent and impersonate someone that you don't know and then stage an argument with that person so you can make it content for the rest of the week. Jaguar Wright showed up to my show today and she threatened to have sex with my dog. She said, and they type in the most outrageous things using my avatar.
R.I.P. Plutter. Let me ask you, because do you fight?
Plutter,
That's a mother.
I got a phone call. Someone reached out to me about what I had to say. Yeah. I didn't.
Was a phone call? Someone you cared about called you? Someone that mattered?
It was a person that was attached to the story. I'm not going to say that person's name. What I will say is that person happens to be the father of a certain young man. And I love him. I do. I'm always going to love that guy. But what I'm going to say is this. I know you don't like being attached to the story because it's embarrassing. Someone who you were involved with, who you still up until this point had friendship with, and someone who you were in a relationship with and had a child with. And it's unfair to be caught in the middle. It really is. It's terrible. You know, you just want to be left alone. You know, the relationship is over, the child's almost grown, and you want to have your life. And I get that. So then, how about you do me a favor and you tell your baby mom to keep my name out her mouth. You can tell your baby mom to stop lying on me so I don't have to tell the truth about her.
You thought surviving R. Kelly was wild. Just wait until you see what Netflix has in store for Diddy. They're going to be revealing documents, surveillance tapes, and witness testimony that could blow the lid off his whole operation. And with 50 Cent as the mastermind behind it all, you know it's going to be a wild ride from start to finish. But Netflix ain't just doing this for the drama. They're also trying to make a statement. By taking on such a high-profile case, they're showing that no one is untouchable, not even a hip-hop mogul like Diddy.
You could actually, for once, have something to say to that miserable who convinced Monique to fire you from that job you worked so hard for that you very much so deserved. How about you have something to say to that fact? The one that's been dragging is in and in front of your son for years. How many men had to listen to that young man hear his mother call them daddy and know it wasn't you? I want to know. Because I know 3 others that played Manny to your son. Please don't call me about that ever again. And say something to her. Because it's people like you that I love that are still part of the problem. Because all of y'all niggas know the same that I know, and you've had your own slings and arrows and taking that shit, but you just kept taking it on the chin because you wanted to keep getting picked to be the musical director for this job, for the musical director for the BET Awards, the musical director for I get it. You want to keep your job. I wanted to keep my job too. I just wasn't willing to do the shit that other motherfuckers was willing to do. And yeah, I done it. And then I changed my mind. No disrespect. But I didn't ask you to me, you chose to. I didn't ask you to betray me either. You chose to. That makes you a part of my story, see? At your choice.
And with their global reach and massive audience, Netflix has the power to really make an impact and get people talking. Diddy's already working overtime to try and shut this thing down. They're threatening lawsuits, denying everything, and trying to paint 50 as a liar and a fraud. But Netflix isn't backing down. They've got the receipts, and they're ready to spill all the tea. So get ready, because this is about to be the biggest scandal to hit the hip-hop world in years. With Netflix and 50 Cent joining forces, Diddy better watch his back, because the truth is coming for him, and it ain't going to be pretty. The streets are talking, and soon the whole world will be watching. This is one expose you won't want to miss.
You ain't want to be a part of my story. Maybe you shouldn't have worked so hard to be a part of my story. Now, where were we?
So, yeah. Ditto. With that being said, with having a troll farm at you, do you fight that with trolls of your own? Or how do you combat that?
Well, I got the Mod Squad.
Shout out to Mod Squad. Let's do that first and foremost.
And we're righteous trolls. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. We got a purpose. We want to get to the bottom.
Okay.
We want to get to the bottom of why all of this madness is allowed to happen in an app where they have community guidelines that are constantly broken every day.
Yeah.
Like constantly broken. And then you got liars like Latasha Transrena Kibi who decide to try to have a career in comedy and go to my hometown and think that she gonna diss me and ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it. That was a mistake. But she did have a few of the YouTube trolls stashed in the audience, and she had them there to scream, Jaguar. And then started yelling from the back, y'all, we love Jag. And she got booed while she started talking about me on her so-called comedy site.
Damn.
Sorry, reality isn't YouTube. You're actually gonna have to earn accolades in the real art world. You know, there's no construct in comedy where they just make the audience laugh at you.
Not yet.
They do that on sitcoms, but comedy shows, no, you actually gotta make them laugh at something other than your personal